Let's start our trip with the most known part of Moscow, which is the Red Square. It's heart and soul of Russia, and it's considered to be the central square in Moscow, since major streets originate in the square.
Я иду гуляю по улицам, иду гуляю по городу, от любви к тебе голова кружится, отчего же ты мне так дорога?
GUM is the most famous department store in Russia, facing the Red Square. Originally, it was built by the end of 18th century. However, the building was lost to the fire of Moscow at 1812 after Napoleon entered into the city. Since then, it was replaced few times, and currently it's a shopping mall with all the expensive and famous brands.
Плачет по тебе мое сердце. Я иду гуляю по улицам, иду гуляю по городу, от любви к тебе голова кружится, отчего же ты мне так дорога? Иду гуляю по улицам, ищу тебя в этом городе, разве стоит сердцу так мучиться?
The Soviet name Vdnkh is an acronym meaning the All-Union Agricultural Exhibition. After Perestroika, it was renamed as an exhibition of achievements of national economy. The exhibition was established in 1935, and now the territory of Vdnkh is greater than Principality of Monaco and has approximately 400 buildings. Created to be a showcase for the achievements of the Soviet Union Empire, Vdnkh had pavilions representing the various Soviet socialist republics, as well as pavilions dedicated to a particular industry or field, such as engineering, space, atomic energy, education, Soviet culture, and even the Center of Oceanography and Marine Biology, with 80 aquariums, 8,000 species of sea creatures from all over the world, including whales, sharks, dolphins, and Russian sturgeon. Izmaylovsky Park is one of the largest parks in Moscow. In the 16th century, Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich decided to build his residence at Izmailovo, so more than 700 peasants' families were moved into the region. There were a lot of gardens with exotic plants and trees, cherished under personal supervision of the Tsar. The household buildings also included greenhouses, mills and breweries. Cathedral of Intercession was built with 5 domes and without an habitable basement, as a memorial to the expulsion of Poles in Polish-Russian War. It was one of the most ambitious buildings in Moscow at the moment of construction, with a height of 57 meters. After revolution, Izmailovo was given an official status of the park and was renamed after Stalin. It was one of the best parks in USSR, with a lot of facilities including a theater and a cinema. Due to the park's giant territory at more than 300 hectares, the pond was created in the middle of the park and the zoo in the eastern part of it. Kuskovo is a unique Russian aristocratic country house, and it has original interiors to match its glorious facades. Once a village to the southeast of Moscow, It was razed to the ground during the Polish invasion of 1611 and was used as a hunting resort until Count Sheremetyev, one of Peter the Great's leading generals, decided to build a summer house here. The 26-room palace was designed in neoclassical style for entertaining and impressing guests on state occasions. Count Sheremetyev's outdoor entertainments attracted as many as 25,000 guests. Entertainments included his famous theatre and orchestra with sub-actors. Highlights of the park include the pretty Italian, Dutch, Swiss cottages and the old orangery, which is home to the State Ceramic Museum, an extensive and absorbing collection of the porcelain from the 18th century to the present day. The full name of Gorky Park is the Central Park of Rest and Culture, named after Maxim Gorky, who was a famous contemporary Russian writer at the Soviet time. The park stretches along the banks of the Moscow River and it's divided into two parts. The first one is an amusement and entertainment part, and another is the formal gardens and woodland with few fine old buildings dating from the late 18th centuries. It's one of the most famous places in Moscow, and its attractions are generally more appealing for locals than for tourists, but it's the place to come if you want to find out how the majority of Muscovites spend their free time.